we're here in Paris today for a hip and healthy style session. Hip and healthy, what you eat, what you put into your body, but it also can be what we put out there in the world by being lovers of fashion. So we're here to present the Eco Chic Design Award with Red Dress. The competition is open to designers in the UK, in France, global.
Now to start, I'd like to welcome Christina Dean, who is founder and CEO of Redress, to share with us some background and the rationale and mission of the EDA, the Eco Chic Design Award. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. My name is Christina Dean and I'm the founder and CEO of Redress. If I were a superhuman, my superhuman power would be the power of persuasion. And today I'm dressed entirely of clothes that were thrown away. My name is Christina and I'm the founder of Redress. Redress is a Hong Kong-based NGO and our mission is to reduce waste in the fashion industry. I set it up in 2007 and since then we've been working mainly in Asia but also in Europe. And today is a really, really big day because we're massively proud to be in the heart of fashion and in Paris, where fashion was created. But let's just look at how important the fashion industry is, because globally the retail sector is very, very big in terms of its revenue. And the number is very big, I have to read it. The annual turnover in the retail sector is $1,175 billion US. Globally, 80 billion garments are produced every year, of which 45% come to the European Union for retail, and 80 million garment workers are involved in garment production. So although it's a huge industry, and that's a great thing for the economy, and it's a great thing for creativity and for humans, it's wonderful, the fashion industry does also cause a negative environmental impact. So everything that we're all wearing has used a lot of natural resources, and by that I mean water, oil and soil and land. It uses a lot of pesticides, a lot of chemicals, creates a huge amount of waste, and also creates a lot of carbon dioxide. It's really difficult to really understand how bad the fashion industry is, and I know we've got Raphael here from Esprit. We do love the industry, it's okay, it's going to get better in a minute, don't worry. But I just wanted to put a bit of context, because I find it really difficult to understand what really goes into fashion. And the reason I want you to know what goes into it is because then to waste it is really, really doubly bad. So first of all, this is a 1 litre bottle, and for one pair of jeans, Raphael, I'm going to pick on you, sorry. No, so one pair of jeans uses 3,625 litres of water along the cotton growing and then on the dyeing and finishing. And there are 3 packets of these in one pair of jeans, which is the chemicals that are used in the dyeing process. And then for the energy, one pair of jeans uses 400 megajoules of energy, and that is the equivalent to 116 days of a light bulb being on 24 hours a day. And one pair of jeans uses 13 square meters of land, which is also very, very significant. But when the consumer gets the clothes, the consumers are wasting a huge amount. So in the European Union, 4.3 million tons of textiles go into landfill or are incinerated every year. And in China, 20 million tons of textile waste is thought to be burnt or incinerated or landfilled, or is thought to be wasted. So you're looking at lots and lots of waste. There's just one last thing that you really need to understand, which is that whatever situation we're in right now, it is most likely going to be more challenging and going to be worse because of the population. And this is the same in food, fashion, fuel, energy, anything. We're getting more people on the world. By 2050, we're going to be 9 billion people. So there are 2 billion people on their way, and it's not just 2 billion people, it's 2 billion people like us who are going to be consuming. So we do have an increasing challenge on our hands just because of the population. At Redress, we're very, very, very strong and very passionate about waste reduction, because we think that when you reduce waste, it's like in English you say you kill two birds with one stone. You know, you throw one stone, but you basically deal with a lot. You deal with the water, the chemicals, the energy, the land, and the waste. So that's why we're very passionate about waste reduction. Also, from a business perspective, and I'm not a businesswoman, but I can articulate this, which is the cost of natural resources is going to probably continue to always go up because they are declining. There's more and more demand. So from a cost perspective, it does make sense to reduce waste. At Redress, we are ridiculously positive, maybe just too positive, but we really do want to focus on the positive things that we can do for this, because there's no point in just getting too depressed about it. So for us, we're taking a very positive view in trying to do what we can to address that. And that is why we're actually focused on fashion designers for this particular competition, because fashion designers are thought to influence 80 to 90% of the environmental and economic impact of a product. So basically the fashion designer is very, very powerful when it comes to the design and the environmental impact of a product. And I'll just explain why, because to me it sounds very difficult to understand why a fashion designer is so powerful. You know, why? Sakina, why do you have 80 to 90% of the impact is because of the designer? So basically the designer obviously determines the style, the usability, the durability, the ability of the garment to repair or to be recycled. The designer can, if they're clever, look at the whole full life cycle to a garment. The designer sources the fabric, so in sourcing the fabric they have some power. It depends if you work for a huge company or a smaller company or yourself, but basically the designer is involved in sourcing the fabric. So the designer has the power to select which fabric they're using, and in doing so they determine the dyeing and the finishing, the wastewater treatment, and all of the impacts that come from the textile. And then also on the economic side, the designer has some power in how they distribute the value chain. So when they place an order, how the order is translated down the supply chain and into the value chain, which has impacts on the economic outcome of the product. Even though the industry is complex and we're facing all these challenges, like if we could just educate the designers, then there would be hope. This is how we feel. So this is why we're organising the competition. So it's a competition for emerging designers, and these are designers with less than 3 years industry experience. So they're not young, but they're emerging, and they're quite fresh out of uni. They should still be quite easy to educate, easy to inspire, and we wanted to go for the new wave of designers that are coming, from unis around the world. A lot of them have never heard of sustainable fashion. So we're first getting their brains turned on to what this means, and once we've educated them, we have to give them the tools so that we get them excited, but then we have to try and give them more. So we've created a lot of tools online to help them. So that means we've got videos, we do lectures online, we've got websites, exciting links, we do seminars, workshops. They were not Google, we're not Prada, but we do try constantly to really outbeat ourselves. So then, once we've got them into this topic, we then get them to compete. So then that's when the competition really begins. So all of the competitors that apply have to base their collections on 1, 2, or 3 of these sustainable design techniques that are here. So just in brief, this first one is zero waste. So zero waste is a design technique where designers can eliminate textile waste at the design stage. So they have to do very good pattern making, and where there is maybe some textile waste, they have to incorporate it back into the garment to sort of increase its durability. The second one is upcycling. So upcycling is using waste material and upcycling it into a product of higher quality. And the third one, the white dress, that is reconstruction. So So by reconstruction, we're talking about designers finding either second-hand clothing waste or what we call pre-formed garment waste, which can be like overruns or damaged garments from the supply chain, so they're pre-consumer. So those are the three design techniques that they have to learn, but they pick one of them, or two, or three. And if they choose upcycling or reconstruction, they actually have to go out and find textile waste. And then finally, once we've done the competition, we obviously give out prizes. And just a brief note on the prizes. We've specifically engineered this entire project that the prize will also help the industry to develop. So we've been working with Esprit for 3 years now, and they're our partner for this now 4th cycle. And basically the winner from the competition goes to Esprit and they design a sustainable collection for Esprit that then hits retail. I just wanted to lodge it that it's not just a prize, that we've really created and partnered with a company that we feel can take this little competition. You know, it is little if you think of the scale of the problems, it's still very small. And through the partnership with a global retailer, we can actually make it much, 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 much bigger.
Welcome our local judge, Sakina, to share the stage with us. She's been working with upcycling technique through her own brand, and she's going to share a little bit about her feelings for the award and the local market. So welcome, Sakina.
Sakina Msa, I'm sustainable fashion designer. If I am a superhero, I think I will be Spider-Man, because the power of Spider-Man is very, for me, it's very interesting, because you can go in everywhere with, I don't know how you say in English, feel, string, yes, and I love to have some string on my, you know, and in my fingers, it will be a very crazy thing. So, it's amazing, but it's possible. So I will be Spider-Man. Thank you to ecochic, because I think this is a modernity, this is the future. It's to be sustainable and with a desire. Thank you.
Donc voilà, moi je m'appelle Sakina Msa, je suis créatrice de mode, je suis la directrice artistique de la marque Sakina Msa qui aujourd'hui à 100% réalise des collections créateurs qui sont 100% en tissu recyclé. Je suis évidemment très honorée de répondre présente à cette demande, parce que ce qu'il y a de très important dans votre démarche, c'est vraiment d'aller à la source. Je pense qu'il y a vraiment un travail qui est très précieux, qui est que au-delà de l'éducation, je pense qu'il y a une pédagogie à avoir sur comment créer, parce que je pense que ce sont des problématiques créatives qui vont concerner pas uniquement l'industrie de la mode, mais aussi tout le marché, vraiment, sur comment, quel impact on porte, quel est le geste que nous faisons aujourd'hui pour créer une collection. Donc je vous applaudis, c'est le premier concours que je rencontre, qui est en tous les cas dans cette envie-là, dans cette démarche-là et dans cet engagement-là. Voilà, donc ça c'est super. Donc évidemment, hein, je serai là, et je pense qu'il y a des notions qui sont vraiment importantes, c'est vraiment d'être aussi dans quelque chose de désirable. Aujourd'hui la mode c'est du désir, et c'est pas parce qu'on fait de l'éthique ou qu'on est dans quelque chose qui est vraiment lié au développement durable qu'on ne doit pas avoir un regard pointu. Aujourd'hui la cliente elle rentre, elle achète un produit qui lui plaît, donc il faut vraiment que ce soit des beaux produits avec des beaux matériaux, un style qui donne envie d'être porté. Et je pense que dans ce que j'ai vu dans vos désirs et dans ces catalogues, c'est que vous êtes vraiment aussi impliqués dans ça, parce que je pense que c'est comme ça aussi qu'on pourra changer le monde, parce que les désirs mènent à l'élimination, n'est-ce pas? Et nous allons ouvrir une boutique bientôt. Et vraiment on est ouverte aussi sur ce concept store, ça c'est une proposition à recevoir les produits des finalistes, parce que nous notre objectif c'est vraiment aussi d'encourager cette communauté là et d'ouvrir un mouvement de créatifs nouveaux. Merci beaucoup. Merci.
Okay, so next up is our other local judge, Raphael Heinold, who's Global Business Manager of Women's Collection at Esprit, who are, as you know, are one of our major sponsors. So welcome.
My name is Raphael. I'm Global Business Manager at Esprit, basically handling one of our product divisions. And I was actually asked, like, if I was superhero, what would be my superpower? And I think my superpower would be speed, because I actually want everything to happen very, very fast, and I do many things very, very fast, so it's speed. Thank you. First of all, very welcome, very warm welcome from my side as well. I'm representing Esprit here today as one of the local judges, which is a great honor, because this project, obviously, as you can imagine, for us is of very high importance, and definitely this whole sustainability movement is like going forward more and more important. So therefore, also for us being Esprit, this is absolutely important to be here and to join this. In Asia, we had a very good start for the 3 first years, and we've been joining this from the very beginning, but it's very, very important to come to Europe, because most of the brands still are like in their design and creative area located in Europe, and we need to basically make this sustainable approach more commercial and reach the mainstream. I think that's the most important thing for us to happen, and that still happens in Europe. So the move starting to go into Europe is definitely very important, as well as supporting young talent. As you can imagine, to keep Esprit fresh and to keep ourselves always like moving on, we need young design talent. So the combination for us of sustainability plus young creatives working on sustainability for us is a win-win situation. This year's collection basically is the first, or the winning collection is going to be the first one being distributed globally. All the divisions in Esprit are working constantly on more and more product in terms of sustainability. So like by January 14, we will definitely launch more and more product. For us, that's not just a project, it's one piece of it, but it basically influences our daily work, and we definitely are aiming at giving these projects and sustainability in fashion the scope which it deserves and which it needs to be successful. And I think that's just a great part of this collaboration as well here with the Design Award, and yeah, with you guys being here, which will definitely help a lot to like educate more and more consumers on the issues we just heard before, because they're absolutely there. And like for us, key focus is organic cotton. It's definitely recycling, which we are doing today already, but still there is always like lots of room to increase there. And as I said, we are aiming at like more and more even share of our collections in sustainable qualities.